Welcome back to Ben's Basics. Sorry about the delay, but we're back with some stir-fried beef. Stir-fried beef is a good weekday meal. Doesn't require a lot of recipes and a lot of ingredients. It's more of a method than a recipe. This is just basically something I put together based off of what I had available in the kitchen and what I felt like eating at the time. So let's do it. Stir-fried beef. So first of all, we have to start with our beef. I'm using a strip steak. This is a New York strip. It's a little bit leaner than I usually like it, but it has a nice little fat cap here. I also have some shiitake mushrooms, pre-sliced. Got an onion, a noonday onion. We're going to use about half of it. A hatch chili. I believe it's from New Mexico. If you have a bell pepper instead, you can use that instead. 2 green onions, some cooking oil, some Chinese black vinegar. If you don't have this, you can use regular white vinegar, some regular soy sauce, sesame oil, white pepper, pureed ginger, some brown sugar, some crushed minced garlic. Let's get started. So first we're going to dice up our onion here. We're going to do a fine dice using a big old Chinese style cleaver here. So we're getting that Asian mood. There we go. We're just going to do standard dicing method. Some lateral cuts. Careful not to push too hard or you'll cut yourself. There we go. Then dice nice and fine. There we go. Good. Just experiment. Use this cleaver the whole time. See what it feels like to cook like an Asian chef, because technically I am an Asian chef. There we go. Nice fine dice. If it all looks a little too together, just separate with your fingertips. There we go. I really like the fact that you can use this like a spatula. Just go ahead and scrape things up. Put it right away. Alright. Next we're going to work on the green onions. Slice those nice and thin. We're going to slice them to 2 separate ingredients, the whites and the greens, like we did before. Something that Asian recipes don't mention often, but the whites and the greens are treated as 2 separate ingredients. You know, right where it starts becoming dark green, that's where you stop. That's where the whites and the greens stop on the green onion. Right there. There we go. I'm going to put that with the rest of our vegetation there. Alright, and now the hatch chili, we're going to slice it in half. We're going to keep the seeds here. Well, I want a little bit of heat. The heat's nice. There we go. Cut right down the seam there. Open her up. Yeah, I like having a little bit of a trash bag inside just to sort of throw things out. There we go. Get rid of some of the ribs though. But yeah, we're going to slice them in nice thin strips here. Again, using this nice cleaver. There we go. That's the strips. You want to make sure you have easy slices. Now we're going to touch on the steak. We're going to cut this into cubes. I'm going to say about 1/2-inch cubes here. So first I'm going to cut in strips. Then I'm going to line the strips up and cut into cubes. Go. Say this will be enough to serve 2 different people. The beauty of this sort of recipe is stir-fried beef becomes so many different things. You could just add a little bit of rice, it becomes fried rice with beef, just like that. Just add some day-old rice. Alright, now it's time to start. So here I have my wok cooking on the induction cooker, and my wok looks a little messy. That's just it carbonating from all the cooking. If you know a chef with a clean looking wok, you know a chef that doesn't use his wok. This is actually super clean. That's just what a seasoned wok looks like. we go. All right, let's get started here. We're going to start by heating the oil and throwing in the vegetation, the onions and the peppers. We're going to cook those until they nicely soften up. Once they soften up, we're going to throw in the garlic and the ginger. Alright, when the onions start becoming translucent and the peppers start becoming soft on the edges, getting a little bit of color, we're going to add in the mushrooms. Mushrooms are going to take quite a bit of time. Mushrooms are mostly water. Guess I had my fridge on a little too cold. This is going to be a little weird, so let's just break the mushrooms apart into pieces. Alright, now let's just stir that around here. It's going to take a while. Just keep this stuff moving in the wok. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Stir, stir, stir. Just don't stop stirring. You want the mushrooms to get a little bit of color, to wilt a little bit. You also want to make sure that the other vegetation doesn't burn. Alright, there we go. Now when you see your mushrooms starting to look like that, you're on to the next step. Go ahead, let's grab our meat. Throw it all in there. You're going to hear a nice hearty sizzle. Just keep stirring, stirring, stirring. It's a stir fry. So that is a trick. Just keep stirring. Keep it stirring. Once you have a little bit of color on your beef, you're ready for the next step. This is where stuff starts moving fast. Because you have that wok on as high as you can, and you want stuff to cook quickly. You can do this in a regular frying pan, but you're gonna have to have the amount. So I'm gonna add in a splash of the Chinese black vinegar. I'm gonna add in, I'd say, about a quarter cup of the soy sauce. You don't need to use the fancy stuff, just the regular Kiko man will work just fine. It's gonna look like it's pooling down there. You wanna stir everything in the pool as quickly as you can because it's gonna evaporate quickly. Just keep stirring, stirring, stirring. Alright, there we go. Just making sure the heat's still good. Alright. Now we're going to add a little bit of the white pepper. Just a little bit, I'll just say about half a tablespoon. Again, stir really quickly. You want to make sure it's incorporated in the whole dish. There's no clumps. Alright. Now we're going to add in, I'd say, about a quarter tablespoon of the brown sugar. There we go. Nice pinch. Stir, stir, stir. You don't want any clumps to form. You want it to be evenly incorporated in the whole dish. Now, when stuff starts cooking down a little bit, you want to add in your chopped green onions. Alright. This is like a garnish. The greens of the green onions. Stir one more time. Make sure everything is nicely cooked. Alright, gonna get my plate ready. Alright, look at that color, that's what we want. That is exactly what we want on our stir fry. Turn off the induction cooker, and we're gonna slide that onto our plate. Nice beef stir fry. Like I said, right when you add the beef in is where you would add in the day-old rice if you want to turn this into a beef fried rice, but this is just fine as is. This is a nice beef stir fry using the ingredients I had in the fridge, which makes sense because a stir fry is basically essentially what you have available. There you have it. Yeah. Beef stir fry. Like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more.